Hello guys, this is Zibby from Deal Max Motors. Here with an update on 190E. So this is a 10th day of the install of the kit. I'm working hard on getting it fit. Here we have the wheels. They're still not restored, but we're just using them right now to make sure everything fits and nothing rubs. So the rears turned out to be 295s, 50/15s, and the fronts are 265 50/15s. So it took a few days to get this thing lined up properly. It's not bolted down currently, but it really does line up very nicely once it's bolted. The original kit, if you guys remember, the gaps were all over the place. This was sticking out. That's basically how it looks once it's lined up. Now the whole thing was glued on before, so what we're doing is we are making brackets on the inside here that are fiberglass pieces of metal in here, and we're gonna attach this by the screws, so it's not just glue holding it. We're not actually gonna have glue here. We're just gonna have a nice seam seal, flexible, so it can not crack. Same thing on the corner of the door. We have some see that hole made there? We're gonna have a screw, and on the bottom also we have a screw that's going to hold that panel on. Here we have a piece of metal welded all the way down. That took a while to figure out where we want it, and we're going to have this epoxied onto here. Of course, everything will be painted first, primed, and then sealed off, and then we're gonna start up putting that piece on. So basically it's naked metal underneath at the moment. That's the wheel well. Is this thing attached currently? I don't think it is. I'll remove it for you guys. Okay, boom. Okay, so here's the inner workings. We're gonna have to clean everything and seam seal everything so nothing is rusting. This is, super strong. There's no need to go and weld the whole thing all together. We just stitched it up, and we'll clean it up, paint it, seal it off. There is also some bracket over here, so the bumper will be basically stretched, and then it's just going to slide in like that onto that, and it'll be attached here and on the top. So the wheel well, as you guys see, is basically the original one was here, and that's how much bigger it is. It's flat through and through. The original wheel well was basically extended all the way out to here. My Koenig actually has it. I wish it was done this well on my Koenig. Mine has like a bulge here, and it rubs right on there. This is all nice through and through. The whole wheel well is nice and flat. We have a lot of grinding left to do and preparation for the primer. So that was actually extended out here also. So this is where the kit attaches, right here. And this is going to be the wheel well. So we're not gonna have some bolt-on stuff. It's just going to be a part of the car. And that's how much it's stretched. That's the original fender here. It's all stretched out. And this is again very strong. It's all welded. We just have a lot of seam sealing to do on this boy. So if you guys remember, the originally the kit was one piece with this. It was attached somewhere around here. We decided to make a flange here so the rocker will actually go up and be inserted into the quarter panel. That way we're not gonna have, you know, cracking going on anywhere here. The car moves, and this is just going to be free moving. So that's 10 days so far going. We didn't have to do anything to the rocker, but the door we actually had to shrink over here because it did not line up with the actual door. You can still see it's not, it's a little bit lower here, but this was like all the way out here before. So we had to shrink that. So now it doesn't rub when you close the door. Actually, we had to shrink it down here also. There was a bulge here, so we had to cut it, move it up, and make it go along with the door so it doesn't rub on the rocker. That door piece alone took about 3 days to get done with all the brackets fiberglassed in and aligned. And now we're working on the fender. So when the fender is nice and free at the moment, it sticks up to here. So what we're doing is bending it at the moment with the screws. Then we are releasing the tension all around, and we are putting new fiberglass down also over here to keep the shape that we want it. We want it here. We'll just be fixing the line, making it beautiful, and that's how it's going to look without the screws. It's just going to be a nice cut line with the flange behind the, you can see the flange through the hole here, so only the flange will be visible. We also have to add the wall here. We have to build. There's nothing there currently. See, there's just a stick showing the gap. So we have to make a nice wall over there out of fiberglass. And then we have to remove it intact with the rocker and add more fiberglass from the other side, and then unscrew it from the rocker and hope it keeps its shape, because we want it here going in like that at a curve, and before it was straight out. Basically when we removed the kit and we cut that line and this laid around for a few weeks, this fender got all twisted. It lost its shape at this part here, so we need it to be nice and curved like it's meant to be. This is really turning out well here at the corner. We just have to, I think, grind a little bit of this off, maybe add a little bit of fiberglass here, so we're gonna have a nice seam seal, something flexible. And then the piece at the end, I think we're just gonna wrap it around here with fiberglass. There's really no stress on this, so it's not gonna crack. This fender well is made out of the actual fender. We'll see if we have to modify it. We did not try this yet. I think it should clear. We might have to put it back in a little bit more and then attach the actual fender to the kit so it's strong. We've been working on this fender the whole day today. So we'll be finishing that up probably next week. We're also working on that panel that goes on there. It's missing the walls here. that's supposed to be a wall here. That's missing. It's missing some chunks over here. We're also going to be putting in those metal brackets, so we're just basically bending pieces, bigger pieces than this, and we're making nice brackets here. So it's bolted on, not just glued on, you know. And it's also missing some pieces here. We need to build a wall up on this side. It's very meticulous. We already have done that here. Once everything was adjusted and that line was nice, the kit turned out to be too short by about 4 millimeters, so we had to extend it out, and that took some work also. This here cracked, so we had to fix the crack and then secure it from behind also with some fiberglass sheathing. And that's the other side fender. I bet you we're gonna end up twisting it into shape also once it comes to that. That's Mark the master fiberglass man over here. Alright. I'm also going to show you the engine. The Brabus engine, right? So we're working on some old Benzes like always, and we actually have a Volkswagen in here. That does not match our place. Okay, so here's the Brabus motor. So we're waiting for the head gasket, and we also have to rehone these two cylinders because they have some corrosion. Nothing deep, it turns out. It's just some scuffs we have to take care of. I don't want to run this thing without, you know, cleaning that up. A very expensive engine, and you basically can't get anything for it, you know. Możecie teraz tego nie robić? We're also waiting for just all the seals, you know. We're going to be replacing the rear main seal on here, the front main seal. Going to be removing the crank, the time chain cover. Of course, they love to leak from that spot over here. Everything has to be put together the same. So the head gasket is $800. We're waiting for that right now. There's only one person making the head gasket for the 3.6 engines right now, and well, yeah, they're sort of expensive. That's where the engine is at right now. We're waiting for the gasket. We're gonna start putting it back together. Probably doing a fuel cleanup. Probably the fuel distributors are shot. Alright guys, well, thanks for stopping in. I hope you are interested in what we're doing here, what we are creating. Please leave a like and comment if you want to. You can also subscribe. I try to do some videos here and there, especially on this unique 190E Koenig that we are building. Thank you guys for stopping in.